What I want to do is take a few minutes for each of you and ask you each to talk individually, and I'll pass you a working mic, about your organization. Tell us who you are, a little bit about your organization, how long you've been in existence, what you do, and then how you kind of conceptualize the problems you're trying to solve. And we'll come back around for more questions and more comments, but I think you just kick it off with kind of an introduction. That would be great. Let's start with Abby.
All right, so Black Girls Code was founded in 2011, and our focus was basically to bring young girls of color, age 7 to 17, kind of feed the pipeline and give them a chance to transform from being consumers to tech creators. So that's what our mission has been. Since 2011, we started in Bayview, Hunters Point in San Francisco. We scaled to over 10 cities nationwide. Expanded to South Africa in 2012. 2013, we've expanded to 8 more cities, and in 2015, we're hoping to expand to 15 more cities. Overall, we have about 80 requests worldwide, including like Puerto Rico, Haiti, Chile, for our program. Our program is in bilingual. We target young girls of Black, Latina, Native American communities. So that's what we're doing, and we're super excited for our mission. And our Black Girls Code was founded by Kimberly Bryant, who couldn't be here today. Thank you.
My name is Kurt Collins. I'm one of the co-founders or founding mentors of the Hidden Genius Project. There's one other founding mentor in the audience right now, Kilimanjaro. You want to raise your hand if you're out there? All the way back there. There were 9 of us, actually. 8 Black men and 1 woman who was married to a Black man, so it totally worked out fine. The idea was that Black men in the industry, it's an issue. In the tech community out here, just to follow up on Cedric's numbers, 1.8% of the tech community out here is Black, 4.6% of the tech community out here is Hispanic, 25% is female. So obviously we've got all of those things represented here on the stage tonight, but 1.8% is an abysmally low number. All right, and when you consider that 75% of that is probably male, we're talking exceptionally low numbers. Last year in the state of California, 1,057 white males took the AP computer science exam. And that same number for Black men of high school age taking the AP Comp Sci exam was 30. So that means if we do our job right and we get 2 or 3 people up there, we're in double digits percentage-wise as far as taking the computer science exam. And that is not something I am proud of. So for us, when most of us were tech entrepreneurs, and we said there's got to be a way to get more Black men interested in this space. And we couldn't start at the college level, because by the time they're in college, they're already making up their mind about which way they want to go. Whether they want to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, whatever it is, their mind is somewhat already made up. We needed to change their minds before that. And so we came in and said, let's start a pilot program, which is what we started last summer, to get young Black high school age men interested in coding, entrepreneurial thinking, critical thinking skills, all that other kind of stuff. And we said, first of all, we've got to compete with football and basketball and being a rap star and all these other things. And that's actually stuff that we struggle with every day right now. But what we decided to do was we give them all brand new MacBook Airs at the beginning of the project. We tell them they get to keep it if they complete the project. And in between, they have a lot of very difficult work to do. Last summer, they had 40 hours a week of programming. And then after that, they had to work throughout the school year for at least 5 to 8 hours on individual projects or on a group project. We taught them iOS development last summer. This summer, we decided to move to Python, mainly because it was a little bit easier for us. But what we found and what we have been finding is that we have a long way to go with this problem. It's not just teaching them Python, it's not just teaching them iOS development, it's teaching them their multiplication tables. It's teaching them how to communicate. It's teaching them how to write, and in some cases, how to read properly. It's teaching them that the fact that you can read an article doesn't actually mean that you understand how to read code or another language. Or hey, maybe if you read the sports pages every day, that might help you understand how to code better. There are all these things, these hurdles that we're trying to get over that actually have nothing to do with programming. And that was something that was completely fascinating to me, and it's actually started to shape our program. So just to give you a little bit of a note, last summer we started with 5 youth as our pilot program. It's a 2-year-long program, 40 hours a week for 8 weeks during the summer, and then 8 hours a week during the school year. And that's for 2 years. So we take kids between rising 9th graders up to 11th grade. And we don't forget about them after they've left the program. After they leave the program, we will help them get internships, we will help them get jobs, because we at the core are an employment training shop, and we are trying to make sure that they are ready to enter the workforce, regardless of if they go to college or not. And just so you guys know, I'm a total college dropout, and I apologize for that message that's being sent out there right now. But regardless if they go to college or not, we have to make sure that they're ready to enter the workforce. We have to make sure that wealth starts being generated in our community. And this is something that's important to us as a program, and everything that we gear our curriculum towards is making sure that our youth can be independent and learn independently, more specifically, and then go out there and mentor others on how to do this. A couple of you may have seen 2 of my kids roaming throughout the audience tonight. One of them is a young woman who was an intern at the Hidden Genius Project this summer, and she's also, I work at Youth Radio as well, and she's also one of my interns at Youth Radio. She was a journalism major, and that's all she was interested in doing up until April of this year when I first met her. And ever since then, she's learned Python. She's taking the AP Computer Science course this fall and this coming spring. And she's now thinking about whether or not she wants to this young black woman is thinking about whether or not she wants to be a programmer.